Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ingrid Canix, and I'm here to talk to you today about sensory play activities for all children. So hopefully you can all see the screen here of these wonderful kids playing out on a wonderful playground at the beach, kind of a place where many of us might want to be at this time of the year. A little bit about myself. I have been working in the field of play for a little over 10 years now. I am an occupational therapist by background and worked in a wonderful facility in Pittsburgh called the Center for Creative Play. And a lot of my work has focused on inclusion. So looking at supporting children's museums and communities and creating great places to play. So here you can see some of the different groups that I've worked with, different museums, different conferences. And then I also do a wonderful event called Play for Life, which is just a wonderful opportunity to meet some great speakers from around the country. But today, what I'd like to do is focus on this topic of sensory play. And I think, the things that I'd like to cover, or hopefully that we'll discuss, is, first of all, why should we consider sensory play? And then how does basically sensory information get processed in our brains? And then what are some of the play activities that all children really need to do or have opportunities to be healthy young individuals and grown-ups eventually in our world. So here we go. I love this little comic here about From Better for Worse, because really I think it gets down to kind of the nitty-gritty for a lot of children, that really it's the most natural things in our world that pique their curiosity. And so here, he's got all these toys, but what it's really all about is the dirt. Through our senses that we begin to understand and master our world. So when a child is born, regardless of their abilities, really their brain is being nourished through their different sensory play experiences, and this is how they build their skills and make connections within their brain. This is really where they're going to build the life skills and the foundation that they need to be successful in the world. So it's a very key component. When we look at sensory integration and how our brain processes things, this is a process that happens typically in every individual, and a lot of times when I work with families who have children who maybe have sensory processing disorder or some other type of disability that impacts their ability to process one or more senses, a lot of time they're much more familiar with the second and third category here, that their child may be receiving specialized services to support their sensory development or their sensory integration. But the piece I actually like to start with is actually the typical development, because I think in understanding what typical development looks like, then we can also build on that for children who maybe need extra support. Maybe are what we call hypo-responsive, so they don't feel that input to the same degree that a typical nervous system will. And then at the other end of the spectrum, we have those children that are hyper-responsive, and those are the children who may be overly sensitive to one sensory system or another. And the reality is we all kind of fluctuate in there, but we all kind of have a predetermined response that we have, and so that may make it a little more difficult for us to participate in activities. It may impact our ability to play in a different avenue, or it may cause us to seek out more input than other children typically look for. So just to realize that a lot of kids kind of fall into this range, and especially in early childhood as they're still figuring it out. A lot of times when we have children who like to dig in dirt, they're activating this proprioceptive system. It's messy, it's very tactile as well, but if they're choosing hard ground as opposed to let's say the soft sand, that there's a proprioceptive impact into that really digging in with my arm. It's really the most complicated kind of sensory play piece that we can do with this system, and the access is really going. The little guy in the red top, this is actually a therapy top that is often used in a therapy clinic to work on balancing reactions and writing reactions for children. It was one of our favorite play toys at the Center for Creative Play, and a lot of kids like to get in the middle of it and spin. And then we also want to pay attention to sound from the standpoint of maybe what might be noxious sounds in the space that might distract a child from a play experience, as well as what are the different types of sounds that a child can play with.